What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Are we live? Let's double check. All right. How are you guys doing? Tonight, I have so many topics for you guys. It is crazy. I mean, I hope we'll have time to get through it all, but we'll see how it goes. And we have Hassan to talk about cart narcs, something regarding Tectone. We have a fake alpha male to talk about, and a couple other varied topics. But just to give you guys an update, I hope you guys are doing great, and I'm having a blast. This channel is going to probably get monetized either tomorrow or Saturday. So I just got enough hours. We have enough subscribers. So it's going to pay off. I'll be able to apply for monetization tomorrow morning. So that's fantastic news. And it doesn't hurt that I just had some amazing homemade chicken tacos. So I'm fired up for this. So let me just make sure that everything works on the kick side. It should be fine. All right. So we are good to go. Who do we have in here? We have Maddie, Roberto Martinez, Parson, Captain Happy. Nice to see you here. All right. Yeah, Maddie, I'm going to answer your question when we get to Sebastian, but that's going to be later on in the upload. So let's get started. All right. So the first topic that I want to talk about is Hassan Piker. And I feel like for this video, I need to do a massive disclaimer because I don't cover politics, but sometimes I will cover dumb shit that political content creators have done. And today is one of those videos. And just as a massive disclaimer, I don't endorse any of this either political side, but you have to be able to see not the world as just black and white, but a little bit of gray. You can agree with someone's political views and see that they did a mistake or they did something that's wrong. And so I'm looking to build a community of critical thinkers, people that are able to think for themselves. And when they see, maybe a content creator that I call out, you like them. But I want you to be able to separate the politics for a second and just analyze what this person has done. So I know it might be hard because politics are something that separate people quite a bit. They make people angry, and that's why I don't touch it with a 9-foot pole. But in this case, I have to cover it. So I was on Twitter today and I was looking up legal mindset because he has interesting posts and stuff I'm interested in. And he has this video about David Pakman, who is considering suing, I believe, a newspaper or something like that. I'm not familiar with that story. And he also have this video about Hassan. Now, I'm interested in what's going on over here, so we'll take a look. Let's take a look. So let me zoom in a little bit because I'm far from that screen. Okay, so he said Twitch openly allowing what appears to be prima facie criminal electronic harassment and cyber stalking. California Penal Code 653.2 and Penal Code 646.9 is truly wild. And someone is making this clip here saying Hassan is doxing, sharing the personal information of other political content creators, including their full names, city, state, and zip code. So let's take a look at the clip.
Yeah. Dylan Burns, Hunter Avalon, Hutch, Destiny's Own Personal Chef. Like this is what happened. This is what took place. Okay? And the pack actually did unironically raise a bunch of money off of like people who thought that they were giving money to a political action committee that was going to go around and do door knocking campus operations, which they did. Yeah.
So that's the clip. So it has been blurred, obviously, to protect the safety and privacy of these people. But it looks like he's reading a tweet from this guy called Bad Empanada. And oh, you couldn't hear it? Okay, hold on. All right. I'm gonna have to do some settings. Okay. 1 second. Okay, what about now? Yeah, I'm gonna rewind it. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm gonna cut this part out of the video because I don't want to have this bullshit scuff in there that makes me look like an amateur. But yeah, thank you guys for letting me know. But let's redo that 1 second. It should be here. It should be good now. So do you hear it well now?
Yeah. Dylan Burns, Hunter Avalon, Hutch, Destiny's Own Personal Chef. Like this is what happened. This is what took place. Okay, and the pack actually did, unironically, raise a bunch of money off of like people who thought that they were giving money to a political action committee that was going to go around and do door knocking campus operations, which they did. Yeah.
Okay, was that better? How is it compared to my voice? It should be perfectly even now. Is it perfectly even? Let me know in the side chat. And Zayas Newbie, it's nice to see you here, man. We're both quiet. Okay. What is going on? Hold on. Now is it better? All right.
Dylan Burns.
Okay, did you guys hear it? I'm gonna redo it one last time. But this is like as high as the volume goes. Okay, it's even Steven. All right. So anyways, what he was saying is not really important, but all right. My volume is like cranked up to the max everywhere. Okay. 1 second. All right. Round 3. Okay, guys. Round 3. It should be fine now. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay, round 3. All right. Let me play it one last time just to make sure that's the cut that's gonna make it on YouTube. All right. What's up, Bob570? Find on Twitch. Nice to see some Twitch viewers in here. That's amazing because usually it's pretty dead over there, but thank you so much for tuning in. All right, let's run it back one last time.
Yeah. Dylan Burns, Hunter Avalon, Hutch, Destiny's Own Personal Chef. Like this is what happened. This is what took place. Okay, and the pack actually did, unironically, raise a bunch of money off of like people who thought that they were giving money to a political action committee that was going to go around and do door knocking campus operations, which they did. Yeah.
All right. So, as you guys saw over here, he's reading this tweet from this guy called Bad Empanada. And I don't get involved too much in politics, so I'm not too familiar with this guy. All I've heard from this guy is that he's a serial doxer. Like, this is what he does. He just doxes the fuck out of people. And this is what he does. I just noticed my mic was too low over here. All right. So, apparently this guy Bad Empanada just doxed like how many people is it over here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And their full name is there, their city, state, zip code, and along with other personal information. And doxing on the internet is a huge no-no. Like this is the pretty much the worst thing you can do. Doxing and DMCA abuse are a massive no-no, very frowned upon. And so this Bad Empanada guy is just doxing everybody. And then Hassan over here is just casually just showing it on his stream that has, what is it, tens of thousands of people. I don't know. I don't really watch that stuff. So how many viewers does Hassan have on his streams on Twitch? Let me know in the side chat if you guys know. But I'm assuming he has a lot. Because last time I checked, like Asmongold has like 10, 15,000 or like 40,000. So I'm assuming it's a shit ton amount of people. So he's just casually doxing all these people. Now, if this were to happen on YouTube, no, it wasn't blurred on stream. Okay, That's a very good question, Isabel. I'm glad that you're asking that because it was not blurred on stream. It was blurred by this guy over here who is protecting. He's protecting the victims over here that are getting doxxed, but it was not blurred on his stream. So all this information was there for his 10,000, 15, 20,000 viewers to see. And I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt here. I don't know this guy much, but even if he's doesn't have any bad intentions, he wasn't reading out the names over here. It's still extremely dangerous and very negligent. Very, very negligent because you have 20, 30,000 people. Okay, Bulb says approximately 30,000 at any time for Hassan, and Asmongold gets 35 to 40,000. That is insane. That is a shit ton amount of people. And what if, one of these people are total maniacs? As I said, politics are very divisive. These are allegedly political adversaries. So what if someone decides, you know what, here's their address, let me go try to do some simp shit. Let me just try to go attack these people, hoping that Hassan or Bad Empanada will look up to me now. Like, this is very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous to do doxing. And YouTube has a strict policy. So let me tell you guys a story that happened on my other channel. I was covering this guy, this criminal, and that's what my first channel does. It covers fake journalists, criminals, and I was covering this guy called Taco Terry, and he's called Taco Terry for a very good reason. If you guys know the lore, you know. And Taco Terry recorded his videos, and one day someone sent me a body cam of Taco Terry. Now, usually body cams have been redacted by the police department, but in this case, Taco Terry's license plate was visible in the body cam, and I didn't notice. I didn't have any bad intentions. I reacted to it on my channel, and what happened is that a few hours after posting it, I got an email from YouTube. My video had like 20,000 views. It was performing very well. I was very happy with it. I got an email from YouTube saying, "Hey, privacy complaint. There's an issue with your video." And usually privacy complaints are bullshit. They don't really go anywhere. But in this case, because of the license plate, the video got taken down like 2 hours later. So YouTube did their job. I did a mistake. I didn't realize there was private information, and they took it down. They didn't apply any penalties because it was an honest mistake. It wasn't on purpose. Like, I wasn't trying to dox him or anything like that. So YouTube acts very, very good when it comes to privacy complaints for the most part. Now, what Legal Mindset is saying over here is that Twitch is not going to take action over here. And we know that Twitch has a two-system tier where certain people are allowed to do certain things and other people get completely, reported and banned and shit like that. We already know that. I've looked into it because it's something that I need to know because I am on Twitch right now. I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So it is kind of weird that something like that goes unpunished. And at the same time, Twitch, they want to keep their highest. There's a pattern of social media platforms giving a preferential treatment to their biggest creators. For example, YouTube and SS Sniper Wolf, she did the same thing. She doxed, I forgot who she doxed. Yeah, she doxed Jack's film, and then she got like barely any consequences at all whatsoever. Twitch seems to be doing the same thing over here with Hassan. And this is what Legal Mindset was saying over here. He says, it is also highly likely to be illegal as Hassan is either intending to harass or being grossly negligent. Yeah, exactly, Red River Tech. That's exactly what I was talking about. The Sniper Wolf and Jack's film. So someone said over here, let's watch this clip over here. Hutch talks about being doxxed with Hassan by Hassan. Let's see.
Not only was he doing these baseless accusations, he doxed us. He doxed us. He doxed. It's like prominently featured on his screen. Like, hello? Hello? Are we like, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, like, I reported the VOD. The VOD is still up, you know, like you can find the VOD on his channel. I reported the VOD. I sent an email to like Twitch support. I added them. Like if there's no consequence for this, like I don't know what are there's just no rules. Like I don't understand. It's a blatant violation of Twitch's doxing policy. Like if you go to their policy, this is what it says about doxing. Doxing of any kind is prohibited by Twitch's community guidelines, even if the perpetrators only expose information available via the public record. If your personally identifiable information is released on Twitch without your consent, you can file a report and we will investigate and enforce against the doxer if appropriate. What Hassan did is a blatant violation of their doxing TOS. Just blatant.
100%. And he needs to face consequences for that, because you know what they say, right? Remember, what did Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man? Let me know in the side chat right now. What did Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man? He said, with great subscribers comes great responsibility. And when you have a lot of responsibility, a big audience, when you have a lot of subscribers, you need to be responsible with your content. You need to make sure that everything goes good and that you're not putting people in harm's way. Twitch says buffering. Lost Lewis buffering. Hold on. That's weird that it's buffering. Is it buffering on YouTube and Kick? Please let me know. All right. So let's take a look at the statute that Legal Mindset was talking about. So that's penal code. Let's copy paste that shit over here. So Bob said Hassan will get a weekend suspension at most. Well, it would be good if it's something. There needs to be something, because if nothing is done, then doxing will just get crazier and crazier and crazier. Okay, well, it looks like everything's good on Kick and everything's good on YouTube. All right, so let me know how it is on. Okay, my wife said we're good on Twitch, so maybe it's your internet, Lost Lou. I hope not, but yeah, I think we're good. All right. So yeah, I've been doxxed before, by the way. I've been doxxed like 3 years ago. So this is how it happened. I filed some asshole filed a copyright strike on me, and then I did a counter notification, and at first I didn't know what was gonna happen, and then the guy automatically had my name and just doxed everything to everybody. And for years, I was like, no, that's not me, because I didn't want to give them that. And then, you know, a few months ago, because I was deciding to do a face reveal and just to show my face and just be a different type of content creator now, where I do live streams, I said, yep, it was me the whole time. You got me. It was me. It was like, whatever, who cares? But, you know, stuff like addresses, shit like that, that's still very, very illegal to do that shit. Now, here it says California Penal Code makes it a crime to send electronic communication, such as email or text, intending to place the recipients in reasonable fear for their safety or that of their immediate family. So that's the one that he's talking about. But like, that is if you send an electronic communication. Now let's see the other one. Hold on. So that is stalking, whether physical, emotional, or sexual, is a grave and punishable crime under California law. So yeah, I have heard that doxing can be stalking in certain cases. So I guess we are just going to have to wait, see what happens, and I will cover it if if something happens. But yeah, it's making him have a very bad look. Rodney, I took care of that weird smiley face guy. So I took care of that guy. Zaya Snoopy, I'm gonna have to make you a mod, bro, because there's too many spammers in Kick. I'm gonna make you a mod a little later because this is crazy. I'm tired of these spammers over here. Nizam.com. Go fuck yourself. All right, so we're done with this. We'll talk about it if something else happens, but yeah, something needs to be done. All right, so I have so many other topics for you guys. We have Cart Narc, we have a fake alpha male, we have a bunch of small little topics. And yesterday, let me show you this. I was actually, let's see over here. I confronted an incel, believe it or not. Just a second. Where is it? Where's my mug? Should be around here somewhere. Is this even the same live stream? Oh, no, it wasn't. This guy had like 2 live streams yesterday. Anyways, I'm gonna have to find out. I think it was this. All right. Anyways, we'll take a look at that later. But I remember I went on this guy's live. Yeah, it was here. Hold on. There I am. So I confronted this incel called Mike Cerrone. This guy, you might know him if you watch my live streams. This guy's a total weirdo, and I completely demolished this incel. So let me know what you guys want to watch first. I have many topics. So Cart Narcs, Alpha Male, random topics, or the incel. Or we also have Tectone that rage quit YouTube apparently. Why don't we do Tectone? All right, so you guys decide. I'll wait for you guys to decide over here while we move on to the next topic, because you know, I do it for you. You guys are the audience, so you guys decide what we do next. We're gonna try to do all of it regardless, but you guys decide. Fake tough guy. So the incel. I'm thinking, you know what? The incel video, I might as well just put it as a video on its own, because I don't really have much to say about it. Because like I just roasted the guy to his face. So yeah, I think it would probably be better that I just post it as a standalone video. So why don't we go with Tectone anyways? Yeah, let's get Tectone out of the way. I just saw this video an hour ago. And so, all right. So Tectone is a half political streamer. He is friends with Asmongold, and he used to be into gacha games, which are like really, they're not my type of game. They're basically games where you spend a lot of money in microtransactions like Genshin Impacts. Not my style of games whatsoever, but more power to him if he likes it. And he got into a lot of political streaming lately. And now he's saying that he is leaving YouTube. So let's find out why.
This is not my 3rd time trying to record this video. I think that goes.
And please let me know how the volume is compared to the video, because last time I had to do so much editing after the fact to match the volume. So please let me know if there's any volume discrepancy.
Goes to show just how fucked up I am, because I'm usually like a one-take guy. It's been a couple days. I've been gone for about 5 days. Maybe you haven't even noticed. You probably haven't even noticed. If you see this video, it means I'm already gone. Title of the video. Techie, I thought you were dead. This video title scared the shit out of me. You can never stop clickbaiting, man. That's the
So that's one thing that I've noticed with his videos is that there is a lot of clickbait, which is fine. Like, I don't mind. It's not like outrageous clickbait. It's not like saying like, oh, you know, this guy, I can't come up with an example, but it's not like completely wrong clickbait where it's like he says something in the thumbnail and title and then something completely else is happening. But it's the kind of clickbait where he'll say like banned or another week banned, and then it's not about him, right? So it's kind of like that. It's leading you to believe something, but you're actually wrong. But it's like, you know, in terms of clickbait, it's not too bad, but it's not the best either.
Game of the fucking game. Maybe some of you guys have noticed the stopping of YouTube uploads. Maybe some of you guys have noticed the stopping of YouTube streams and Twitch streams and even Twitter posts. But I've now been content creation free for a while now. And just to give the TLDR, there's going to be a pretty rambly video. So, I mean, maybe some of you guys will like it. Maybe some of you guys won't. But I'm going to be gone for a while, guys. And I want to let you know, if any of you guys think it's because of me streaming or me being stressed because of the YouTube's, you know, upload schedule, it's not. I love content creation. I do. It's just the culture that I have a problem with. But if you're just here to know this.
So now it's kind of like pulling teeth. We're going to have to read between the lines to figure out why he's quitting. So he's saying it's not the quantity of uploads. It's not that. It's the culture. Now, YouTube, this is what I love about content creation. Your culture is what you make it. Now, I've started watching these science YouTube channels, and the comment section is just so wholesome. Everybody is so excited. They're talking about it. They're having friendly debates. Especially, I'm sure, well, you might not know this, but there is an asteroid, an interstellar asteroid that people think it might be something else. And it's supposed to pass Earth in December. And since that, I've started watching 1 or 2 videos, and then I got roped into science videos. And it is a lot of fun. The culture is so positive. But the genre that Tectone chose, which is political content, the culture is so toxic. And that's why I'm staying far from it. Like, I want to be able to talk about political content creators without getting into the politics of things. Now, what interests me is like criminality, like we just saw with the Hassan thing, that he might have committed a crime by doxing several people, and just the YouTube, you know, ecosystem. This is a massive content creator that's saying he's quitting. This guy, I don't think you guys know how much money this guy is making. This guy is making a boatload of cash. Yeah.
No,
so
I'm
it's
not.
like, for him to make the decision to quit, even if it's for like a month, that is a huge decision.
Not coming back yet. No, I'm not going to be back for a while. And yes, I do miss you because I love you. No, I miss making content for you guys. I really do. And I will say, expect a couple YouTube uploads, maybe like 1 a week. I'll just be talking to you guys about whatever comes into my mind, maybe more. But I needed to get away for a while. I really did. In case you're wondering why, there are evil people on this earth that are currently making my life fucking miserable. Even more than you guys know. It is deeply personal shit that I'm having to deal with right now. And a lot of it, and I'm not going to go into this too much, but there's a lot of very dangerous things happening in my life right now that I'm just trying to take care of, and take care of the people around me, the people who I love. And I'll probably talk about that later. But when I do come back, I'll post about it on Twitter. I'll post about it on YouTube. And just thank you guys for staying subscribed. And thank you guys for liking my videos. And I look forward to...
That is so cryptic. Honestly, like, I'm curious now more than ever. Did he get death threats? Something like that? And, you know, that shit with the political sphere, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because, like I said, politics are so divisive. It makes people see red. And I'm not talking about red or blue, you know, with politics. I'm just saying it makes people go insane. When they get too wrapped up into it, it just generates hatred and hatred and hatred. This guy got banned, I believe last week, we covered it. He got banned for the weird, he said the F slur, the bundle of stick 3 times. It wasn't directed at anybody. So I don't think that has to do with that, because he's used to getting banned. That's not a problem. But yeah, it looks like there's something more severe going on. Maybe credible death threats. Maybe he has had a swatting incident or a home invasion or something like that just freaked him out, and now he's like doesn't want to create content. Like, we're not going to watch the entire thing because this video is 18 minutes long, but I do want to get to the meat of the potatoes. Yeah.
Coming back to content creation for you guys, but once again, it's just not going to be for a while. So now with all that out of the way, hopefully I can feel better. Just kind of getting some things off my chest for why I'm kind of going and, you know, kind of extrapolate on the previous things that I've been saying. I'm a guy where I've been doing this for nearly 7 years. 7 years coming up in December. And I always think that I'm okay. I do. I'm not. And I know I'm not okay. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't happy. I was crashing out over things that didn't even bother me. I was saying things I didn't mean. Like, for example, I told another viewer to kill themselves. And I know that's no big deal, but I really just shouldn't be saying that shit.
So that's the thing. He says it's no big deal. I really didn't give a shit about the reason why he got banned. You know, saying the F slur. It's like, yeah, it's distasteful. I wouldn't say it, but it's just a word or whatever. But if you're telling a viewer to go unalive themselves, like, that is a big deal, because you could have a real impact on someone's life in the most negative way possible. Like, imagine if it's a viewer that's looking up to him, or I don't know what's the context, but if it's someone that is not in a good space mentally, and then they have a huge content creator that is telling that person to go unalive themselves in front of a very large audience, that is terrible. That is a massive problem, a huge problem. So yeah, not a good look, man. He's saying it's not a big deal. He's completely wrong about that. It is a big deal. It is a massive deal.
You know, I shouldn't be saying that shit. It's gonna be a hard one to stop, but like, I don't like when I let things come out of my mouth that I don't feel like I could have stopped. Yeah, I feel bad for that shit. I really do. But the problem in my life is that I'm a guy who lost a lot of shit because one evil person decided to lie, and the internet ran with it. And now I'm being...
So while that plane is passing by, I think he's talking about slander. So there was someone that called him a rapist. I believe it was like a year ago. I didn't really follow that shit that much, but I'll tell you what, this guy has a lot of money. If someone is slandering you and they're calling you a rapist and you can afford to sue them, sue their asses. Just sue them to, for one, to clear your name, and for two, to send a message. That's what you have to do. Sue them into Stone Age. Sue them.
Told even more so that I can't talk about anything, and I need to watch everything that I say, and I just can't operate underneath those. I can't operate like that. I can't. I'm a guy who tells you guys everything. I'm the guy who likes breaking the distance that a lot of these people in this space who lie to you, I like letting you guys know on what's actually going on. And that's why a lot of people can't stand my ass. And, you know, there's a lot of other reasons, too. I mean, I'm fucking loud, bald, weird looking. I don't want to say ugly. Well, I'm working on it, okay? I'm down 100 pounds, right? I'm really trying my best here. But, man, like, I haven't showered in, like, 2-3 days or some shit, bro.
What the fuck? Bro, that is such a massive problem. And if you're at the point where you're letting go of yourself and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not showering, you're not, you know, drinking water, you're not taking care of your sleep, you gotta just slow the fuck down, man. You gotta slow the fuck down. My wife says I work too much, but I make sure that every morning I do my 30 minutes on the elliptical. I cook healthy food. And then I obviously shower every day. When I go in the pool multiple times a day, you need to take care of yourself, like, at all times. Even if you don't have much going on, which he has a lot going on, take care of yourself. You have to. You really have to. Like, this, just that admission alone, I'll be like, all right, peace out from the internet for a bit, man. Go touch grass. Go take care of yourself. Come back. You'll be way better.
Fucking going full like Grease Goblin right now, man. It's gross. Oh, I got a new tattoo, by the way. It's mango with the frost morn in his mouth on the tombstone, like from Dark Souls 1 with Galatians 4:16. That's my favorite Bible verse on there. There's a reference to Sith from Dark Souls 1, and I also got a nice bonfire for.
Yeah, it's like Asmongold. So, like you said, Zayas newbie. For Asmongold, I really like his gaming content, and I find it unfortunate that he went into the political sphere because his takes on gaming are like incredibly good. But the guy has severe like disorders. Like, I know it has gotten better. He cleaned his house a little bit, but this guy has a severe mental disorder when it comes to how he takes care of his house. His house is a hoarder house, and there's cockroaches. He says there was a dead rat and shit like that. He did a tour of his house. That thing was horrifying. And that's actually the first time I saw Tectone, is when Tectone did a tour of Asmongold's house. And it's not a way to live. And I was showing my wife Asmongold's house, and I was like, look, this guy makes sometimes like 40 grand in a day. He's a multimillionaire, and this is how he lives. And she couldn't believe it. She could not believe it one bit. She said, it's bullshit. She refuses to believe that someone could live like that when you have that much money. Because, I mean, you can hire maids and they'll just clean everything. Like, it's really, really cheap. Like, to hire a cleaning lady, it'll be like $200. They'll clean the entire house. So it's like you don't really have a reason to live like that. And it's a mental issue. But from my understanding, when he got banned on Twitch, he cleaned his house up a little bit. So I hope he's doing better. I hope he's doing better because it's not right. Like, one day we're gonna watch the Asmongold house tour, and there's something wrong going on there. I hope it doesn't look like that anymore. But let's keep watching this.
Anybody who didn't get it, and also because it looks fucking hype. Getting more tattoos. So probably getting a collarbone tattoo and getting all this arm sleeved up. Getting the American flag pretty soon with a little bit more than the American flag. But I'm very excited about that. But yeah, the problem with my life currently is that I don't get any time to feel okay. I don't get any time to relax and say, I'm good, I can chill for the day. And what do I mean by that? My problem is so much of my life has been taken away from me by a lie. That I don't get to go to sleep and think, oh, well, I didn't do anything bad today, so I'm all good. You know, back in the day, it was like, oh, man, I fucked up. I know they're going to clip that, and that's going to be on this Reddit. That's going to be on that Twitter. That's going to be on that fucking forum. They're going to fucking rip into me. And that's comforting, because then knowing if I don't do anything fucked up, then I'm fine. The problem is that because I'm now in a position where there's this massive lie told about me, I never get to rest, ever. I wake up every morning.
So, like I said, if you guys can fill me in the comment section when this video is on demand, feel free. I think he's referring to someone calling him a rapist, and I know it might be overly simplifying the situation. File a lawsuit, dude. Like, if someone calls you a rapist and it's not true, just sue them. It'll clear up your name. It'll clear up your reputation, and you'll feel better. And this guy can afford it. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I feel like we're going to watch another minute or two of this. And we got most of the story, I feel like. And we're probably going to move on to the next topic soon. Let's watch another minute or two.
Middle of the night, just wondering, did they lie again?
Okay, so Zayas, can you clear this up for me? So who lied about him? Who called him a rapist? Is it that Denims chick and that frog woman? Let me know in the side chat, because it seems like you're familiar with the situation. So let me know.
Did someone else lie? What false narrative is the public going to believe about me?
Oh, Casey Tron and Denims. Okay, the defendants in the Ethan Klein lawsuit. So yeah, you have just sue them. Like, this guy literally said a few videos ago that he's very happy. He's a multimillionaire. Filing you watch a lot of Pegasus. That's good. I can't. Pegasus is posting too much for me, man. I can't watch all of that shit, man. Every day, there's a new 40-minute video, and then I have to catch up on DSP. I have to catch up on Mike Cerrone. I have to catch up on body cams. Unfortunately, I don't have time for Pegasus. I wish I did though. But yeah, so just sue them. It might be overly simplified, but there's some good defamation lawyers that can sue, like do a state lawsuit, so not federal, and that thing could be like 15-20 grand. That's worth it. Just do it. So I don't want to sound like Shia LaBeouf with the do it, but seriously, just do it. Anyways, another minute and then we'll move on.
And it's annoying as shit. Like, once again, I love YouTube, I love Twitch, but the culture of the internet is fucking terrible, where good people have to worry about being considered a horrific person due to things they've never even done. It's crazy. Now, I will say that chapter is coming to a close soon, and I promise you guys, when I get to close this chapter, this year, by the way, I'm gonna make some fucking banging ass content. I'm not gonna lie. The content is gonna be fucking fire. React slop for the piggies. Let's go. Hey, that person's video, that's mine now. Yes, sir. React slop. But no, I actually got some cool events planned. I got so many future plans. It's like, I know I'm gonna close this fucking chapter of my life and move forward.
So how is he gonna close it? In my opinion, that's the only way. Okay, they're saying him and his dad is a rapist. Okay, gotcha. So if it's not true, sue. It's the only way. It's the only way. And it's like, for smaller content creators like myself or other creators that are like, under 1 million subscribers, like content creators that, are making good money but are not like filthy rich, then it would be a little bit more difficult. Like, I still would if I had to, because you have to defend yourself. But for him, you have plenty of money, bro. Just go for it. If that's the case, go for it. I think we're gonna wrap it up here for this specific video. We covered everything, and I wish him the best. And if it's not true, just sue their asses. So goodbye for now. That's the title of the video. Goodbye for now. All right. We are doing fantastic. Okay. I'm going to need to get some water soon. Talking so much. All right, just give me a second. I'm going to give you some light elevator music, some hold music as I go get some water, all right? Be right back. All right, I'm back. How did you guys like the elevator music? I made that, by the way. So we are going to move on to the next topic. All right. So we have cart narc. Why the hell are we talking about cart narc? Hold on, it's hot as fuck in here. Yeah, that was Blinding Lights. A style of blinding light with Donkey Kong music that I recorded a little while back. All right. We lost some viewers, though. That's okay. They'll come back. So, we are talking about Cart Narc today. Cart Narc, for those who don't know, he's a guy that goes into parking lots of supermarkets, and then he waits for someone to forget their cart, and then he goes and he says, hey, you forgot your cart. You want to put it back? And if they say anything but, yeah, sure, well, he berates them and he just acts like an asshole. He'll throw a sticker on their car, and it's very antagonizing. This type of content is very antagonizing. He does it for a the very reason that he's going to get content out of it. And let me just clarify that I approve of his mission. His mission is to stop people from just leaving their cart where it can damage cars. And for someone like myself and my wife, we have an expensive car. I absolutely hate coming back from putting the groceries and seeing another ding, seeing another scratch. So his mission is 100% good. But the way he does it, the way he interacts with people is terrible. Now, that's controversial enough as it is. That's before I bring in the real reason why I'm talking about him today. Let me just make sure this is all censored. The reason why I'm talking about Cart Narc, and this is not doxing, because as you guys see over here on Dr. Phil, his name is like extremely public. His name is public, his email is public. But let me show you this. What do we have over here? That is a copyright strike. So why would Cart Narc give a copyright strike to another content creator? Well, he gave a copyright strike to my good friend called Frauditor Sheriff. Now, Frauditor Sheriff covers criminals, and this is what he does. And he also made videos on Cart Narc, and Cart Narc has been covered in that community, which I am part of, for a very long time, although I have never made videos on Cart Narc. So he was just calling him out, using his free speech, saying, oh, he's acting like an asshole. I don't like what he's doing. He was reacting to the video, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now, right? He was adding commentary, transforming the video. Well, Cart Narc wasn't too happy with that and filed a copyright strike on him. Like, that is some bullshit. That is really, really bullshit that he's abusing the copyright system. And the thing is that my friend over here has a tiny channel. His videos get, on average 2,000 to 4,000 views. Like, a very small channel. And if we look at Cart Narc, he has 600.
That's not where the card.
600,000 subscribers. 600,000. And his videos average around 90,000 views. Why would you bother yourself with a channel that has like 4,000 views when you are getting 90,000? And the reason why is because he is butthurt. He's butthurt that someone is calling him out, is criticizing him. So he is deciding to do this, which is bullshit. I mean, it's bullshit to do a copyright strike on a small content creator who is criticizing you. Just take it like a man, take it like an adult. Now, I know this video is going to get claimed, but for those who haven't seen Cart Narc, we are going to play the Dr. Phil episode. Now, I'm not monetized. I'm about to get monetized in the next few days. And this is going to get automatically claimed by Dr. Phil, even though I'm reacting to it and it's transformative. But it is what it is. It's worth it to show you guys because I want you guys to have full context on what's going on here.
Cart Narcs are an independent organization that tries to get people to just take their cart back to the cart return. That's not where the carts go. That's the mulch.
So, for example, in this case, that cart is not going to scratch a car. At least the guy made the effort to put it like where it's not going to move and it's not going to scratch a car. So yeah, he's still being a lazy bum, but it's not the worst.
That's not where the carts go. That's the mulch. When I do see that some lazy bones has left their cart out,
That's so funny that I just used the word lazy bum, and that's exactly what this guy said.
I'll want justice and activate the mouth siren. That's not where the carts go. That's the middle of the spot. We've had hundreds of encounters. I've had many threats on my life being a cart narc. Besides a guy pulling a gun on me, I've had multiple people say they're going to run me over. Well, sir, that's not nice. Sir, that's against the law. There's definitely an adrenaline rush.
Go yourself,
ma'am.
cart narc. How about that?
Go fuck yourself, cart narc. How about that? Yo, that was so good. And that's the thing. This is what he wants. He wants to antagonize people. And it's a miracle that this guy is still alive. Like, the fact that he's out here still posting videos and is not buried 6 feet under or disappeared is a miracle. He didn't find the wrong one on the wrong day. Yeah, they do need to add it to South Park. Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know if he does this in like just like bougie areas or some shit, but anyways, it's a miracle he's still alive.
Is my uniform. I have an equipment vest, which is actually a bulletproof vest. I put my body camera right here, captures everything that happens so nobody can lie about it afterwards. It's curbing, sir.
You know that's against the law to videotape somebody.
I have this wand here which lights up. It shows that I'm highly visible.
I threw drink on you,
That's
little
assault.
girl, okay?
And
Don't
that's
be a little girl.
And as a feminist, I take offense with that. After I ask them nicely to return their cart, if they still don't do it, I slap on a bumper magnet of shame.
So this is how he really gets people triggered. He asks you to put it away. Most people, they know it's the wrong thing to do to leave your cart there. They know that technically they should put it away, but they don't want to give this asshole the upper hand, so they say no. And that's the thing. When someone starts touching your car, they touch your vehicle, that's when you have a problem. And 9 times out of 10, dare I say 99 times out of 100, this is where it escalates. So his mission is good, but he has a bunch of escalation techniques. You know that cops are supposed to have de-escalation techniques? He has the complete opposite. He has escalation techniques.
Where does it say that I have to do anything?
That's
for
the
what
thing,
I
it's
did?
politeness.
That's great. Keep picking them up.
Think about somebody besides yourself. Our videos get millions and millions of views. This is because I think it's a common pet peeve. Is your disability lazy bonesitis?
And who the are you? Well, lazy bonesitis, how about colitis?
People say you're bullying and harassing people. That's simply not true. What I'm doing is I'm not letting them throw a temper tantrum and dissuading me from my mission. I'm a highly trained special agent with the cart narc, so what we do is we narc people out who leave.
How do you say that with a straight face? I'm a highly trained special agent with the cart narcs. Like, what the fuck? That is ridiculous.
The carts out like this, like big old lazy bones. To those who say I'm just shaming the public, yes, I am. We are a social creature, and that's how we learn what to do, is by watching examples of how to behave. There is an epidemic of lazy bones in America, and the cart narcs are here to slide it back. Wait a minute, ma'am, please stop approaching me. I'm backing away.
No, come here, because I'm going to teach you.
Uh-oh, pepper spray.
I'm going to teach you.
Ah!
You have pretty quick feet.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. I just wanted to give you guys a full context. Now, that is a horrible freeze frame, by the way. He looks like a massive weirdo like this. But, yeah. So this was 3 years ago, but this video was like way longer than 3 years ago. Maybe they just posted it 3 years ago. But yeah, it's bad. The fact that this guy, like, the content he puts out is not the worst because it does have a mission. The execution is terrible. But the fact that he's a sensitive little bitch that is filing bullshit copyright strikes on content creator, that's messed up. Like, that's inexcusable. You cannot excuse that type of behavior. So yeah, my friend Frauditor Sheriff is fighting this copyright strike. I gave him some advice, and I'm sure he'll win because he's in the right. But yeah, this is bullshit. Total bullshit. All right. So how did you guys like that segment? That was a lot of fun, right? So we are going to move on to the next segment. We have Mr. Fake Alpha Douche over here that we covered last time. Well, apparently now he is getting worse. So this is the Pube Master. What's his name again? Yeah, the Pube Master. Anyways, fake alpha male, pubes for hair. This is Vincent Fisher becoming more of a douchebag.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie. If I was down to my last $50 and I was starving, first thing I'm getting is a lineup. The food can wait.
So lineup, is he talking about his hair? Because it's gonna cost a lot more than $50 to fix whatever the fuck that is. There's no way that this is a mess. This is a real mess. Like, the fuck is this?
But you can't compare the 0.00001% man that you're with that's above 6'5", that makes over $10 million a year, that's extremely sexy and caramel, that has unlimited status and attention, that's extremely humble as well. What makes you think with my
He's extremely humble, says the guy that's flexing about making $10 million a month. And this guy is saying that he makes $10 million a month. Apparently, he's doing this funnel system. So it's not like a pyramid. It's more like a funnel. But if you flip it upside down, it's a pyramid. So yeah.
That I'm going to be cooking my own food, that I'm going to be walking my own dog, that I'm going to be picking up my own packages from downstairs. Why not pay somebody $50 to do that?
Bro, I could go on YouTube right now and find 1 million videos that say like alpha male, whatever. And in my mind, I think I'm honored to be called alpha male because I've never once called myself that in my life. But I think what it is, people see like the wolf tattoo. They don't know what it means, bro.
Well, guys, it looks like we are...
No one called you an alpha male. You called yourself an alpha male. There's a massive difference. Like, yeah, okay, I guess this guy called him an alpha male in quotation. In quotation. He doesn't think you're a real alpha male, dude.
Back once again with the only alpha male on the internet that has the audacity to rock a bowl cut perm while also having some of the wettest hair I've ever seen and the driest beard I have ever seen. And with a description like that one, you already know that I'm talking about good old Vincent Fisher. And you see, our pube-headed high school dropout here has just continued to be on his typical bullshit since the last time that we covered him, and has just been going above and beyond to prove to us that he really didn't achieve his high school diploma, because this man has just been saying some stupid shit in general. And if you haven't watched my last video where we talked about him around a week ago, he was just straight up trying to flex the fact that he was the only supposed 22-year-old in the world to have a $3.5 million car, before he immediately then tried to do what I guess anyone in his position would do, and what I guess anyone who just has an extreme amount of money would decide to do for some reason, which was to instantly try to use the car to sell as many of his coaching courses as he possibly could.
Boys, I don't know if you guys are seeing the pattern, but financial inflation is...
So that's the thing. These guys are part of the fake it until you make it crew. That's what they do. You have it right there at River Tech. So basically, he's going to fake success, and he's going to rent cars and rent penthouses and shit like that. So you do need a certain amount of money to get started. You absolutely do. But he's going to fake success and the reason is to make people believe that he is so successful, and then people will buy his bullshit course. Now, if you buy his bullshit course, it's probably like an absurd amount of money, maybe like 10,000 or whatever it is. Then you're a sucker. You're a dumbass. You fell for the trick.
Absolutely fucking crazy. Like, we're in a little bit of a period now where you can still enter and kill it online, but like, I don't know how much longer that entry point in that gap is going to be there. Because I scroll 3 rows down, I see another 17-year-old flexing $150,000 a month, a motherfucker like me buying a $3.5 million hypercar. I think now is the last opportunity to get into.
That is complete bullshit. The internet is flourishing. There will always be opportunities. I mean, I'll speak for my genre. when it comes to YouTube, the golden era of body cams for me was like last year. I was pulling in like every video was getting like 250,000 views, 250,000, 500,000 views. Now, if I get a 500,000 view video, it does happen. It'll happen like once or twice per month, and it's pretty rare. So there was the golden era of body cams, but now there's so many competitors that it's a little bit tougher. But that's for body cams. There's plenty of other genres. There's plenty of viewers for, you know, for Kick, for Twitch. So there's always opportunities. Now, this guy, he's talking about something else. He's not talking about YouTube. He's talking about selling these bullshit scam courses. And he might be right that the barrier to entry is going to get bigger because more people will realize that scumbags like this guy are just con artists. That's what they're going to realize, is that, you know, you lose your money every single time. So yeah, maybe the barrier to entry will get bigger because the victims will get smarter.
The online game before it's just the barrier to entry is too high. But I don't know how you can see shit like this online and just decide to be normal. You're just like, yeah, 3 point. Yeah, but yeah, fuck that guy. He's different. Hi, boss. What the fuck? Boys, you got to be all or nothing, right? For me, I was either going to end up filthy fucking rich or be broke, right? There was no in between. If I had to sit behind a cubicle for 50 years, I'd off myself. Now, boys, with that being said, your time is running out. You still have an entry point to the most booming industry in the world right now, which is the online coaching space. Guys, this space is creating more millionaires than any other field.
Now, I can't stop thinking about what the guy said. The beard is so dry, but the hair is so wet. It's so weird. Like, I don't know why he pointed that out. And it's like, now I can't unsee it. How do they have such a different level of moisture? It's unbelievable.
Than real estate, than day trading, than drop shipping. And the reason most people teach these business models is because the money is made from coaching. If you want to be our next success story, DM me the word mentor right now. I'm accepting a few very limited people that want to kill it with online coaching in 2025.
And you see, this
honestly, it has all the keywords that a scam is about to happen. First of all, exclusivity, limited space. He's saying there's only a few places left. You have to really act now. That's a red flag. What was he saying again? He was saying that, oh, the industry is about to close. Once again, it's all about pressure to make you act fast. He's saying he's just using it right now. You have to do it now. There's only a few places. It's giving you pressure to act fast. Remember how the Switch 2, how there was the pre-orders were crazy. Like, people really wanted to buy it. Like, I pre-ordered it and I was like, I really want to get it. I don't want to lose out. Well, a few days after it came out, like, there was a bunch of stock everywhere. So there was no scarcity, but people thought it was going to be exclusive. People thought there was going to be a limited amount of supply. So that's why they acted quick. And I mean, I was going to buy it anyways, but for people that were on the fence, it might have convinced them.
This week, he hasn't been changing jack shit. And this trend has just pretty much continued with the man somehow.
Hold on, my kids are here. All right, come in. All right, have a good night, love. Yeah, I took out the camera. You're good. Sleep well.
Hi, everybody.
All right, have a good night. Yeah, have a good night. Hey, come here for a second. What do you think of his hair? Hold on, let me show you. What do you think of this guy?
Weird.
Weirdo?
Yes, very weird. Okay, people, goodbye.
Yeah, all right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you heard it here, man. My daughter thinks this guy's a total weirdo, and she's in the know because she's 8. You know, she has all the skibbities, all the buzzwords. She knows all that shit. So if someone's gonna know, it's her. So it's official. This guy's a total weirdo.
He is just a high-value individual.
Yo, so boys, they left a ticket on the sign. Hating ass motherfuckers, I paid for this spot, but we're doing a business deal right now. We're picking up some cash from
Yo, this is so cliche. This is so cliche. He's there walking to the Lamborghini with the duffel bag. I'm picking up some cash. Come on, bro. Like, you can do a little bit better than this.
From Brickell. Anyways. Yo, so boys, listen, if you want...
Yeah, my kids are not going on camera, man. I told them when I'm live streaming, I want you to knock on the door so I have time to disable the camera. I don't want my kids on camera. They're very cute. My daughters are super cute. I'm very proud of them. But for their safety, I don't want them on camera because there's a lot of weirdos out there and there's a lot of criminals that I call out. So, yeah, kid number 2. Yeah, you can come. Come. Yeah, I'm talking to my friends online. What do you think of this guy? What do you think of his hair?
Weird. Is that one of your friends?
No. This guy is not my friend. He's a total weirdo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is him a good guy?
No, he's not a good guy. He's taking money from people. He's a bad guy. Okay, have a good night, love.
So am I in...
No, you're not on camera, but they hear you. You want to say good night?
Good night.
All right, have a good night. Okay, see ya. Goodbye. Mwah. Okay,
Bye,
bye-bye.
guys. Good night.
Yeah, have a good night. All right, close the door, love, please.
Guys, me, the kid.
Yeah. All right, see ya. All right. Yeah, all right. Thank you. Close the door. All right, that was round 2. I only have 2 kids, so we will not get interrupted again. But, you know, at least they gave a little bit of commentary. Technically, this is their first appearance on YouTube giving commentary. I think they did a good job, to be honest. It really helps with the roasting. Like, this guy has been roasted by an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. Like, imagine how bad. How do you recover from that, actually? He was called a bad guy and a weirdo. All right, let's keep watching.
Content when people disagree with him. And just
Oh, yeah, we were at the duffel bag. Oh, hold on. Let's see the duffel bag.
That he's actually making another car sale right now because anything and everything
Or nothing, right? And the reason
week he hasn't been changing jack, getting good that he
Ash from Brickell. Anyways. Yo, so boys, listen, if you want to live a high-ticket life where you're buying $3.5 million cars, you got to sell high-ticket goods and services. We got the man Keenan. This is diamond-wrapped Rolls-Royce. It's the same.
Diamond-wrapped Rolls-Royce. Overcompensating a little bit, bro. Like, there's no way it's wrapped with, like, actual diamonds. Like, there's no way. Like, maybe it's, like, a shred, a particle of diamonds that is, like, really thinly wrapped. Like, it makes no fucking sense that you would waste diamonds on a car like this. What if, like, what if this guy comes in and keys your car, just scrapes off a bunch of diamonds and puts his hands like this? Like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, I'm all for not buying nice cars. Like, I have a decent car, but this is just ridiculous.
As my girl's pink Urus, but we're gonna go in right now. We got a little business deal we're doing, and this is how higher levels work. Successful people make decisions fast and are slow to change them if ever. Unsuccessful.
Isabel, glitter wrap. It's glitter wrap. That explains it. You're so right. Oh my God, it's some shit they got at Dollarama or Dollar Tree.
So people are super slow to make decisions, and they always change them. Let's work.
So you hear how he said make decisions quick? This is part of the grift. He wants you to buy his course and he wants you to do it now. He doesn't want you to think about it.
And even in this very short clip right here, you gotta love how you can already see the type of mindset this guy has, where as soon as he sees the ticket, he just assumes that it's the haters who are out to get him again, like he does with all of his online content when people disagree with him, and just assumes that it was only put there because somebody was hating. And the craziest part about this video to me is, right after he went on to post this, his very next post is him talking about how he doesn't give a fuck about the car, and it's not about material things whatsoever, which is just a downright crazy thing for him to go ahead and say in general, considering that he has spent the past 2 weeks only talking about this damn car. And he even went on to cope even further in this post by trying to say that he bought the car in order to challenge himself, and it's just some of the biggest bullshit that I think I have ever seen.
Bro, people think that it's about...
I mean, if you challenge yourself to make a bad financial decision, then yes, buying the car, that would be a success. But then again, that would be assuming that you bought it, which is most likely not the case over here. But let's keep watching, man. This guy is really entertaining. Like, the guy giving the commentary, Saintaholic, is very entertaining. And this guy's funny to laugh at. Not laugh with, but laugh at.
Materialism. Bro, you know how many people were like, yo, bro, congrats on the car. How do you like it? I don't give a about the car, bro.
Facts.
I just want a mental challenge. Not that it's a mental challenge, but like, bro, you got to think, like, when you're printing, you get lazy a little bit. I'm like, let me buy something nice, right? And I hear a lot of people that will say, oh, well, that's a financial burden. A financial burden to you is 1 day of revenue for me.
For sure.
Right? So their doubts are a reflection of their own limitations.
He's saying he makes $3.5 million in a day because that's how much he bought on the car, right? Give me a fucking break, dude.
Right? I'm just at a different bar, right? I'm putting more weight on the bar. I'm practicing progressive overload financially the same way I do in the gym. I'm not going to stay at 225, bro. I'm going to put more weight on it, bro. And that's how I grow, right? It's under stress.
So, of course, good old Vincent Fisher here was trying to create this analogy and was just trying to get a little bit philosophical.
Like, I'm going to give the guy credit. When it comes to the gym, it looks like he's doing it right. Like, the guy is in a really good shape. I don't know if there's roids involved. He showers in hair gel. Yeah, most likely. Like, I don't know if he's doing roids, but I'll give the guy credit. When it comes to physical appearance, like muscular build, he's probably working out quite a bit. So good for him. But yeah, the rest is all bullshit.
But in reality, he was just looking like the biggest dipshit that he possibly could. Because the guy, quite literally, has had his car in almost every single one of his Instagram posts. Or at the very least, he has made damn sure that he mentioned that car in every single one of the posts, while just glazing the absolute shit out of himself. So for someone who doesn't give a shit about it, this man has just been damn obsessed with it. And this is not the only times this week that he has tried to get philosophical, because this would of course not even be a Vincent Fisher video if we didn't have him getting philosophical in the good old Instagram stories, where he tries to drop some of the realest logic that he possibly can, but instead just ends up looking like a complete dumbass and not making any sense. And we had quite a few good stories this week, with one of the first ones being the fact that if he was sitting there and only had $50, he apparently would spend it on getting a haircut instead, since most people's problem is that they don't look like money, and that's why they don't make money in his mind.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie, if I was down to my last $50 and I was starving, first thing I'm getting is a lineup. The food can wait, right? It's very hard to die or go broke if you look like money. Might just...
There's no fucking way that he is showing this as an example of a good haircut. Like, he would be better off just going bald. I know some people have said the same about me, but you know, I'm just going to enjoy it while I have it. It might not be much, but I'm happy with it now, because I used to have hair up to my shoulders, so I don't want to go bald yet. But in this case, like, this looks bad. Like, this looks like, you know, those little rat dogs, the chihuahuas. Like, this is what it looks like.
Do somebody get a goddamn meal, you know what I'm saying? Might just go into Fry's, wink at the goddamn waitress. Hey, on the house, listen, guys, a lot.
He's saying that he's going to get free food on the house based on his looks. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, there's no way he goes up and winks at the waitress, and the waitress is like, all right, you know what, Mr. Fisher, I was going to charge you the $5.75 for the fries, but since you winked, I guess it's going to be free. That shit ain't happening. I don't know on what planet this guy lives, but none of that shit is happening.
A lot of you guys are broke because you don't want to look like money, right? Oh, I'm going to get a haircut at this place because it's $20 instead of paying $100, but that $80 difference could have made you an extra $10,000.
$100 haircut? Bro, you're not making $10,000 extra by your haircut. Like, no. Like, if you're OF chick and yeah, you take care of yourself, you'll make more money, obviously, because you're selling your appearance. But in general, most people are not selling their appearance.
$1,000 a month if you just look like money,
Alright, motherfucker, you better not ever wink at me with that seductive ass look again. This shit is just some straight up crazy work right here. It is genuinely insane how much this goober is feeling himself right now when he really walked into the barber and asked him to give him the broccoli top cut. So yeah, if looking like money means I need to go ahead and cover my head in pubes and look like whatever the hell you did to your head right here, then I think I'm gonna have to pass, man. And this is just some of the dumbest shit that I think I have ever heard. And I am not surprised at all that I of course heard it from this complete jackass right here, where he has somehow convinced himself that the more you pay for a haircut and the more you get ripped off by your barber just means the more money you're gonna end up making. And this was of course just the beginning of the Instagram stories, because he—
Hey, by the way, hit the like, guys. If you haven't hit the like already, what are you doing? We need more likes in here. This is some funny ass content, man. Like these douchebag alpha males, it's like a content mine. Like this guy, this channel that we're watching, it's called Saintaholic. Like this is what he does. Like, and he's getting a lot of views. This video got already almost 10,000 views. He only has 5,000 sub. Like it's just a farm. It's just a farm of content. Like they're so funny to roast. It's like DSP. It's like body cams. It's just like its own little genre. It's amazing.
Then followed it up by doing some of the hardest self-glazing that I've seen in a hot minute, where he proceeded to rant about how his girlfriend can't compare him to the average person because he's just in the top 1%.
Yo, so boys, a little bit off topic, but I was getting ready this morning and my girl was like, I wish I was a man. It's so easy because all you have to do is work and make money. I was like, life is only easy as a man if you do the hard work and suffering and become important. But you can't compare the 0.00001% man that you're with that's above 6'5", that makes over 10 million a year, that's extremely sexy and caramel, that has unlimited status and attention, that's extremely humble as well. You can't.
Above 6'5", that can be fact checked. So he seems rather tall. I'll give him that. What was the other one? The caramel complexion. Dude, LTG already did that. The peanut butter complexion. You're going to have to come up with some better adjectives. So that's not going to work. What else was he saying? 10 million a year? We're going to need to fact check that shit. Now, the shit that's really funny is the humble part. Dude, if you're humble, like what the hell, man? You don't know the definition of the word humble. You're going to have to calm the fuck down, bro, because you are not humble at all. All you've been doing for the last 9 minutes is flexing on us. So you are far from being humble.
Compare that to the Uber Eats driver that delivers our food, right? That's completely different. We got here from two different paths to the same exact penthouse. The last 5 years of my life, I was grinding in the shadows, building my physique, force feeding until I was gonna puke for 5 years straight, building my status, repeatedly posting, becoming important, investing everything I had multiple times, almost going broke. And you just had to look pretty.
And nothing just screams humble like stating that you're humble after you just got done verbally sucking.
Like 10,000 a day, let's divide that, right? If we're from 250 to 300,000 a month in expenses, right? If we were to take that number, 300,000, and divide it by 30 days, it's like 10,000 a day. Let's divide that by 12 waking hours. We'll just average it out to 1,000 an hour. What makes you think with my hour that I'm going to be cooking my own food, that I'm going to be walking my own dog, that I'm going to be picking up my own packages from downstairs? Why not pay somebody $50 to do that? So when I made a video about delegation, people are like, oh, you're an asshole, you don't walk your dog. What's better than me not walking my dog is my dog not starving and dying, right? Because I have big problems to handle and they require my full focus and attention.
And we of course yet again had some of the craziest flexing that I think I have ever seen, where this goober's time is apparently just so valuable and he is just too rich to be able to, yet again take his dog for a walk or to even grab a package from downstairs. Like that is a task that takes about 5 seconds. It is actually not that deep. Like there is no reason to be trying to flex about these things. And the whole dog thing is of course his response to the—
So about grabbing the package, that's something that's kind of weird, because wouldn't you spend more time, like in Canada we have something called e-transfer where you send money by email or whatever. So wouldn't you spend more time hiring someone, making sure they're trustworthy, telling them you have a package, sending them the money, opening your door to pick up the package? wouldn't it be better to just cut out the middleman and pick up the package yourself? Like, what is this guy talking about? This is so stupid. Like, this analogy is so ridiculous. I would understand if he says, hire someone to clean your house, you know, maybe hire someone to drive you around if you're a millionaire, maybe, but hire someone to pick up your packages, bro. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Segment in my last video where we talked about how he tried to flex this last week and just claimed that he made too much money to be walking his dog.
Like, that's the level of money you get to where you're making so much cash that your human hours are worth too much for little tasks. Like, I'm a big advisor. When you start making money, bro, remove yourself from every repetitive task. I don't drive anymore if I don't want to. I don't walk my dog if I don't want to. I don't cook my own food. I don't make my own coffee. I don't really do anything.
And this just has to be one of the dumbest fake flexes that I've seen from any of these alpha males, somehow followed up by an even more stupid response. Like, at this point, I don't even think that he believes his own bullshit, because this is just some incredible work. And after this, he then proceeded to continue to post his regular Instagram stories, where he sat there and argued with haters about his new car being rented, and then continued to sit there and try to basically promote and beg people to try and sign up for his stupid ass courses after he sat there and flexed all week long, which I don't know why he's even doing that. If he is apparently too rich to be out here getting his own packages, cooking his own food, or walking his dog. Like, if all of those are the case, which he is constantly claiming, then I don't know why he needs to try and sell these courses so damn hard.
So why do you have so many haters saying you're renting your car as coke, right? When I bought any car, people were saying rental. When I bought my first i8, they said rental. When I bought my first Lambo, they said rental. My first SVJ. No dealership in the fucking world is gonna let you rent a car that has 250 miles on the dash. They'd lose more money because the $3.5 million car with 250 miles, if they were to rent that to me and I were to drive it thousands of miles, they'd probably lose close to $1 million at least off of the value because it's no longer in the newer territory, right? So,
I mean, what if it's not new? His logic makes no sense. Like, the car would be new, and then they just rent it to people and rent it to people and rent it to people. And who knows if it's a company that's able to tweak the mileage and just put it back to zero. It just makes no fucking sense. Honestly, I've had enough of this guy. I'm tired of looking at his face. But we'll check back on him. We'll check back on him. Good job, Saintaholic, man. I love this video. It was hilarious. Yeah, Lambos are always being rented. Like, that's the thing, man. You can't take this guy seriously. It's just a character. It's just a character. He spent a lot of money on those props, though. All right, so now this guy over here. So this is going to be a very interesting segue because we just saw one of the most pathetic men on earth. We're about if this guy Fisher, right? What was his name? Steven. I forgot his name. He's so forgettable. Lawrence Fishburne. Oh, Steven Fisher. Whatever the fuck he was called. That fake alpha guy. If he was here, the guy that we're about to watch right now is like down here. This guy is somehow even more pathetic than the last. Take a look at this. Now, if you're a little queasy, I understand because what we're about to watch is pretty fucking insane. I didn't know this was a thing. I saw it on South Park and I thought, obviously, South Park, they're trolling, but apparently it's a real thing. Let's take a look.
Have you ever struck out with a girl and immediately thought, you know what I should do to make this better? I should go to a doctor in Germany and break my legs until I'm 7 feet tall. If you answered yes to that question, maybe sit this one out because I might end up hurting your feelings. Otherwise, we're looking at something kind of goofy today, people. Limb lengthening surgery is something we've talked about on this channel before, and
so what he's talking about is limb lengthening. So you remember this picture over here where you had Kyle Broflovski that wanted to be black? So what they did is that they broke his legs and then they put metal bars and they made him taller. Well, apparently it's real. So I know, right? Like, what in the actual flying fuck is going on here?
It's honestly one of the saddest things I've ever heard of. If you've never heard of limb lengthening surgery, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's something that I'm pretty sure only men get done. Doubt you could find a single recorded woman on planet Earth who's ever gone through limb lengthening surgery, but basically what they do is they break your fucking legs and put like these metal extendable rods inside of them and slowly lengthen your bones over like a year or so, I think, making your legs a few inches longer. And the trade-off is just that you basically handicap yourself for life. It costs like $200,000. You can't walk at all for like a year. You have to use crutches. Your proportions are all fucked up. And anybody who asks you about it is going to think you're a giant loser. So, I mean, when you think about it that way, it's a pretty good deal. Or at least that must be the way that
So this guy was going into the surgery, but like this guy was of a very normal height. Very normal height. Like how tall is this guy? He looks like he's what, 5'9", 5'10"? Why the fuck do you need that extra like few inches that you're willing to spend $200,000 and pretty much like August the Duck said, you're handicapping yourself for life. Like think about how brittle his legs are going to be because they will heal over time. And apparently the bone does get a little bit more, you know, further, but it's crazy. This guy is of very good height. Like I'm 5'9", and my wife's actually taller than me. So if anybody should do this, it would be me. But I'm okay with being 5'9". There's nothing wrong. Think about all the short men that are extremely successful, that has the high energy or are extremely intelligent or charismatic. I can think of Kevin Hart. He's very short, very energetic. I can think of Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat's a pretty short guy, and he has an amazing energy. I can think of Peter Dinklage, which he's a dwarf. He's an actual dwarf. He's like what, like 3 feet high and 3 or 4 feet high. And I'm watching him in Dexter. The guy's amazing. He's incredible. So yeah, it's crazy. So the fact that this guy of, I would say, above average height is going to do that, it's mind blowing.
You're a giant loser. So, I mean, when you think about it that way, it's a pretty good deal. Or at least that must be the way that this guy Latremba sees it, because his entire TikTok account and his entire YouTube channel is dedicated to nothing other than his limb lengthening journey and trying to convince people that if they're anywhere under 6 foot, that they should be doing the same thing. And a few years ago, if I would have seen a TikTok account like this, where a guy is promoting getting fucking limb lengthening surgery, I don't think I would have thought twice about it. But these days, the vastness of social media has warped the minds of so many young people.
Okay, so he said 20 centimeters taller for lifetime. So 20.5 centimeters to inches. 8 inches taller. So 8 inches taller is like, yeah, that is a huge motherfucking difference. But it's not 8 inches of pure bone and strength. It's bullshit 8 inches of brittle crap that is going to break within a few years. So yikes, man.
That while I'm pretty sure that most people are never even going to consider getting something like this done, you never know. Like, it's been this way for decades for young women, but over these last few years, social media for young men has gotten incredibly toxic, to the point where like the consensus on social media seems to be that once you turn 18, if you're not 6'4", 275, 6% body fat driving a Lamborghini, you're worthless. And I really do think that stuff like this, you know, people breaking their legs and handicapping themselves for life to get 4 inches taller, is a direct result of that. So we're going to talk about it. We're not really going to watch any of his TikToks because they're all just footage with copyrighted music over them, but he has a few vlogs on YouTube we can look at, and I think there's some stuff we can learn here. You know, valuable information, like the fact that my limited edition August the Duck buildable figure is now for sale and will only be for sale for less than 2 more weeks. So if you want one, don't hesitate, okay? They won't be here forever. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Yeah, August is always plugging in some type of merch, and I mean, good for him. August the Duck is actually a really good content creator. I've been watching him for years, and I haven't bought some merch, and I don't think I will, but I mean, more power to him.
Snail will be in my lower legs in a few days, and it's a click system. So yeah, with this nail I'll can lengthen my legs. If I do this 10 times a day, I'll be 0.5 millimeter a day taller. Today we will make some before and after pictures, how it will look after the second height surgery on my lower legs. Right now I don't know if I can reach 10 centimeter or if I just reach, for example, 5 centimeter, but we will see.
Okay, so since this guy is...
Like, this guy was already tall enough. Like, this is so stupid.
Speaking gibberish, I don't know what the fuck a centimeter is. I looked at his TikTok account and he started all this right at around 5'7". Present day, he's sitting like right under 6 foot and he's trying to get to 6'3" or 6'4". Even if we completely ignore the fact that this guy is doing this because he thinks he's going to unlock some sort of happiness once he's above 6 foot, which is kind of sad if you think about it, but I mean, kind of too late now. Even if we ignore that this whole journey is probably going to have a worse effect on his mental health, really, which is saying a lot, I don't think the human body is gonna respond very well to suddenly getting like 8 inches taller when it's not meant to. Obviously, there's the whole issue of this guy is breaking his fucking bones, the biggest ones in your body, and making them grow back together to get taller. Can't imagine that's super strong, especially considering once you break a bone at all, there's a very real chance that it won't ever be as strong as it was before. But like, surely the tendons and the muscles being stretched around that get significantly weaker as well. Like, I'll admit.
So August the Duck is doing this whole like medical analysis, and I appreciate him going into details, but like, it's literally so simple. Like, this is not made to happen. Why the fuck are you doing this? Obviously, it's going to have some severe negative effects. Like, I don't know what's going on here. This is ridiculous. Zayas, looks like your message was like blurred out. It's like blacked out. I don't know if it was like held back by Kick, but I see your when you said dodge a bullet, it looks like it got blurred out. I don't know if it's like if Kick moderated it for some reason. It's kind of weird.
I'm kind of talking out of my ass here, but like, muscles are not going to grow in the same way that the bones will. They're just going to stretch, right? So you're going to lose flexibility, mobility. You're not going to be as strong as you were before ever. Like, this is not worth it. Like, seriously, if this is something that you're ever considering and you have the money to do it, do yourself a favor and spend like 3% of that money on some therapy, and you'll probably end up saving yourself not only $200,000, but also a lifetime of pain and disappointment.
Leon, so in preparation for tomorrow, I wanted to share with you some thoughts and slides.
I don't blame the doctors, because the doctors, they are going to do whatever they can to make their money, and they're going to offer you what you want. I blame the patient. And, you know, this is crazy. God, I'm religious, somewhat religious. I'll say God or nature, whoever you want to call it. God made you a certain way, and I think you should accept it. Now, if there are some like deformities or like people that have like really long noses or shit like that, then yeah, maybe a nose job can help you, or if you have certain cosmetic things you want to do, sure. But breaking your legs and putting a metal rod in it that will make you taller is so brain dead. It's so completely brain dead that I don't even know what to say, to be honest.
Okay. Always remember, the best and most important project you'll ever work on is you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a process. You go through some pain, but that's the way to gain. No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain. Dude, just accept being 5'7". There is nothing wrong with being 5'7". You're not that short. You're not that tall, but you're not that short. Work on your other strengths. Like, why don't you just work on your charisma? Work on, you know, if you want to get buffer, you can get buffer. Work on your job. Work on yourself instead of doing these superficial nonsense.
But don't stop until you're done.
You have a very good point. Hey, Wizard, if someone did that to a pet, they would be arrested immediately. You are 100% correct.
And proud of yourself. You can reach 190. You want to reach 190.
Yo, what a grifter.
Will reach 190.
Hopefully.
Live your dream through height surgery.
Yes, very cool.
Okay, so this is honestly kind of interesting to me. This is this guy's dad, and like, you could read this as them having a great relationship. I mean,
that was his dad? I thought that was the doctor. What the fuck? You're telling me that his father is encouraging him to do this? What Oh my God, man. What a fucking curveball that was. How the fuck is your father telling you that you should do this and is actually encouraging this nonsense? What is wrong with this guy?
He's making his son like fucking glittery motivational cards before his surgery. That's pretty fucking sweet. But also, like, should a parent really be encouraging this? It might be a case where like the dad knows the guy's gonna do it anyway, so he's just choosing to be supportive and there for him. But I feel like there should sort of be limits to that, you know what I mean? Like if I were to ask my dad via like fucking Ouija board or something, hey, should I spend 200 grand on limb lengthening surgery? Honestly, I think he would think that was so fucking stupid he wouldn't even respond to me, but if he did, he'd definitely call me a dumbass. So, I don't know, I feel like this is not something you should encourage your child to do.
Yeah.
So
Plot twist, the father is the surgeon. Dude, come on, man. You're such a dumbass. What the fuck?
1 hour after my height surgery, the only pain I feel is in my knees and also my ankles. But from 1 till 10, it's a 3. It's really...
No shit. You are not feeling any pain right now because you are high as a kite on a bunch of fentanyl and morphine and hydromorphone and all sorts of opiates. No shit, you're not feeling any pain right now. Why don't you tell us that in like 5 to 6 hours when the opiates wear off? Why don't you tell us in how much pain you are? What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? He's high as a kite saying, I'm not feeling any pain right now. No shit, dumbass.
Manageable. And now I enjoy some vitamins.
Day 1 after height surgery. Now I have to do some exercises.
So him talking about the exercises got me curious, so I looked up like the general recovery process of these surgeries and also just what they typically achieve. And based off everything I've read, this guy has made a huge fucking mistake. Most clinics recommend that you do 5 to 8 centimeters max, because anything past that, while your bones might be able to heal and you might actually gain that height, everything else is completely fucked. Your muscles and tendons just cannot catch up, and no matter what you do, you could do physical therapy for 10 years. You cannot accommodate for an extra 20 centimeters when your body was not designed to have those 20 extra centimeters. So not only is this guy pushing the recommended range by like 3 times its limit, this is also his second surgery, which doubles his risk for complications.
This guy did this twice? What the fuck? He did it twice? Oh my God, man. Dude. The title is so appropriate. Please don't be like this guy. Please don't, man. Don't. Like, what the fuck? This guy did this shit twice. You gotta be kidding me.
This guy will genuinely, no matter what he does, no matter how on top of his recovery he is, ever be able to walk normally again. He'll definitely never be able to do anything athletic again. Ride a bike, go for a jog, go rock climbing, I mean literally anything. This guy has permanently handicapped himself and ruined his quality of life because he thinks it's going to make him more attractive to women. That's genuinely his reasoning. If you go through his TikToks, he basically admits it in every other one. Like, look, yeah, we can cut out the bullshit here. There are some women out there who would not date a guy just because he's 5'7". People have their preferences. But I guarantee you, the amount of women who would rather be with a guy who's 5'7" than a guy who permanently handicaps himself out of insecurity is all of them. Like, seriously, I don't know what this guy thinks he's gonna find.
It's so sad. And it's like, it's funny, but it's kind of sad at the same time. This guy is focusing on all the wrong things. He's 5'7", which is not incredibly short. I mean, 5'5" is short, like 5'7", you know, it's short-ish, but it's not that short. Like, it's just 2 inches shorter than I am. So he's 5'7", and he's good looking. Like, the guy looks perfectly fine. He's in shape, and he's just obsessed that there's these chicks that will not date him because he's 5'7". But at the end of the day, there's plenty that will, and you have to look further than just physical appearance. Like, your soulmate, if you are lucky enough to find your soulmate, will be someone you're attracted to. She might be the most pretty person to you, but what's more important than looks is personality, heart, chemistry, all that shit. And inches, you know, is not going to change anything when it comes to height. It's ridiculous. Like you said, the right woman would not care at all. Yeah. He won't be able to play with his kids. This guy just completely wrecked his entire life. And that's the thing. It's like, you only have one life, and you make these decisions, and you realize years later that your body is not a joke. Like, your body is very important. You only have one. You don't get any redos. Certain decisions like eating bad can be overturned, but there's certain decisions that you make that are permanent. And this is one that he's fucked. It's over. The guy just GG'd himself. Yeah. We're going to move on to the next topic because I don't think there's much else to say over here. The guy's cooked. The guy's completely cooked. Very sad. Very sad. Is this the thumbnail? Dude, come on, man. Very sad. All right. So we actually have, besides this, I'll show you a little hint of this very quickly because this was some funny shit. Hold on. I'll show you just a few minutes, but you guys will have to watch this on replay tomorrow. So it will be available for you to watch on the channel. Now, let me ask you guys a question. I see there's a lot of regulars here like Zayas and Rodney and Stormy. Do you guys watch the videos like afterwards when I chop them up and I put them? Because that's where most of the views are coming from. Like, we only have like 25 people in here, but we're getting like thousands of views on the videos. So I was just curious to know if you guys watch the videos or you just watch the live streams. You watch the videos, Zayas? Okay, do you watch it on Kick or do you watch it on YouTube? Anyways, let me give you a little taste of this. This is going to be exclusively on YouTube. So you might have to go to YouTube to watch this one. So let's take a look.
Look how fat he is.
So yeah, so this guy was calling me fat. Like, he's been fat shaming for me for years, even though I didn't do any face reveal. And now I finally cammed up. I confronted him in person, and take a look at this. But the second it doesn't go his way, he just leaves or cries to the panel owner. So
I'm not crying to anybody. I'm not crying to anybody. Dude, you look like shit, bro. You look like shit, bro. Look how shitty you look.
I am married, happily married, so it doesn't
to
matter
a man.
what I
To a
look
man.
like. Yeah. No, this did not happen on 15 Minutes of Shame. I did post a video about this guy on 15 Minutes of Shame, but this happened late last night. So this is another instance. It's not the first time that I've talked to this guy. Thank you so much, Rodney, for promoting the channel to your friends. I appreciate that.
To a transsexual.
It doesn't matter what I look like to you. That
you look like
matter.
shit. You look like, bro. You should have never came. You look like shit.
I've been
you look like you look like Rush Limbaugh. You look like Rush Limbaugh after he was dead. Yo, look.
What else do you have, Mike? Mike, I'm not trying to help you out, but what else do you have?
Bro,
you don't like the way you look, so we get it.
Take off your hat. I am more than happy to show my hair or lack of hair. Take off your hat. You won't because you're an insecure little bitch.
Is that what it is?
Hank just
look how fat he is.
Yeah.
Look how little.
So look, you saw I show my hair here. I'm like, look, there's my hair. This guy took off his hat. This guy, Mike Cerrone, he has shown his dick on camera. He has shown his dick, but he refuses to take off his hat. Think about it for a second. He's willing to show his Johnson, but he's not willing to show his hair. I completely demolished him, but you'll have to watch that on demand. Now, it is getting late. My kids are already sleeping, but I do have one more video that I wanted to watch with you guys, and this is going to be really, really interesting. It's about self-defense in Canada. Now, you guys might or might not know this. I live in Canada, and in Canada, we do not have the Second Amendment. We do not have the general right to own guns. And self-defense is very touchy. For example, let me just show you something. I made a video. It was on my first or second live streams over here. And it was about this guy that got arrested for defending his home against this criminal. So it was 12 days ago. This criminal broke into his house with a crossbow. He sent the criminal to the hospital, and he got charged for defending himself. So what we're going to watch now is this video by Bolt versus Lever, and it's going to teach us what is legally allowed in Canada and what isn't. So for Canadians, this is going to be very important, very interesting. And for Americans and people from all over the world, well, you might find it interesting as well because this is very different than the United States. Let's take a look.
Think you can't own self-defense weapons in Canada? Well, it's complicated. Most people assume Canada has completely banned anything useful for personal protection, but that's not entirely true. There are legal options, and some of them might surprise you. In this video, we're breaking down the less lethal weapons you can legally own in Canada, how they work, and whether they're actually practical. If you've ever wondered what's allowed for home defense, or just want to know your legal options, stick around, because some of these might change the way you think about self-defense in Canada. Welcome to Bolt vs. Lever. If you're into firearms, self-defense, and gear breakdowns, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. All right, let's dive in. Before we get into what
this is the type of information that could save your life or could, prevent all sorts of bad shit from happening. So when I saw this video, I watched about 2 minutes of it and I was like, I need to cover this on stream because I feel like this is information that other people need to know. Like you need to be informed about this, especially if you live in Canada.
Let's clear up some of the biggest myths about Canadian self-defense laws. Myth number 1. You can carry a gun for self-defense. Nope. In Canada, using a firearm for self-defense is highly restricted. Unlike in the US, you can't just claim self-defense as a reason to own or carry a firearm. You need a possession and acquisition license, PAL, just to own a gun. And even then, carrying it for protection is not allowed unless you meet very rare criteria, like working in remote wilderness as a trapper. Myth number 2. Pepper spray is legal for self-defense. Not quite. While bear spray is legal for protection against wildlife, carrying pepper spray for self-defense against humans is illegal under Canadian law. If you're caught with it and tell the police it's for personal protection, you could be charged with carrying a prohibited weapon.
So we are going to see how good my knowledge is. Apparently, from what I understand, is that you are allowed to have, you're not allowed to prepare for self-defense, but if you are in a situation, you are allowed to have a weapon of opportunity. So you are allowed, if you're in a situation, someone is threatening you, you are allowed to take a weapon that is nearby and use it in self-defense. And that's why in my car, I have a baseball bat and a glove and a ball because I'm going to play baseball. And if someone happens to come by and wants to fuck with me, well, the baseball bat happens to be there. It's a weapon of opportunity. Now, he's going to talk about this. Let's find out if I'm right. I sure hope I'm right because I'm banking on this. So let's find out.
Myth number 3. Tasers and stun guns are legal. Wrong again. Tasers, stun guns, and other electroshock weapons are completely prohibited for civilian use. The only people legally allowed to carry them in Canada are law enforcement officers. Myth number 4. If it's less lethal, it must be legal. Not necessarily. Canada's laws focus on intent and classification. Even if a weapon is less lethal, if it's considered a prohibited weapon under the criminal code, owning or carrying it can still get you into trouble. That means items like expandable batons, brass knuckles, and certain types of knives are illegal for personal defense. What does this mean for self-defense? Canada's self-defense laws focus on the reasonable use of force. This means that while
that's why that guy got arrested. It's not that he defended himself against this intruder. It's that he used unreasonable force. Now, the police has been very, very secretive about what force he used or what weapon he used. That's why it was a little bit of a contentious case. People were, we don't know what's happening because they didn't want to tell us exactly what happened. We had to learn from Rebel News that went in the field and interrogated people. Well, not interrogated, but interviewed people, my bad. So, reasonable force is what it is. You cannot use more force than necessary.
While defending yourself isn't illegal, using a weapon, especially one that's prohibited, could land you in legal trouble. But don't worry, there are still legal, less lethal options available, and we're about to go into them. Do you think Canada's laws on self-defense are too strict?
Yes.
Should there be more legal options?
Yes.
Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Now let's talk about one of the most practical, less lethal options available in Canada: pepperball guns. These look and function a lot like paintball guns, but instead of paint, they fire projectiles filled with a powerful pepper irritant that bursts on impact, creating a cloud of incapacitating chemicals. What are pepper ball guns? CO2-powered launchers that fire hard plastic rounds filled with...
Now we're talking. Honestly, now we're talking. I'm very glad I watched this video. And I'm going to go on Amazon later, whatever website sells that, because this is what we're talking about. It shoots a pepper ball at a high velocity, so it is going to impact you, and then it's creating a chemical smoke that is like really hard to breathe. So now we're talking.
Pava, an active ingredient similar to pepper spray, used by law enforcement and security professionals for ground control and non-lethal engagements. Can shoot solid rubber projectiles or inert practice rounds as well. Are they legal in Canada? Yes, but under specific conditions. If the gun stays under 500 feet per second and under 5.7 joules of energy, it's not classified as a firearm under Canadian law. That means you don't need a PAL license to own one. If it exceeds that limit, it may be considered a firearm, which means it would be restricted under Canadian gun laws. Popular models that stay within legal limit include Byrna HD, one of the most well-known non-lethal personal defense launchers. Shoots both pepper and kinetic rounds. Tipman TCP, a compact magazine-fed launcher used in tactical settings. Umarex T4E HDR50, a revolver-style launcher that can fire both rubber and irritant rounds. Effectiveness. How well do they work? Pepperball guns are highly effective for home defense because they create distance between you and an attacker. The pepper powder spreads beyond the point of impact, affecting multiple assailants. They don't require...
So it says, I'm on the website right here because I might make a purchase after this video. And it says over here that it's legal in all 10 provinces, no background check, ships directly to your door, has 22,000 5-star reviews. And they have pistols, they have rifles. So the pistol is 500 USD. The rifle is 600. You know, it's a lot, but it could save your life, especially with all the home invasions that are going on right now in Toronto. It might be worth it, to be honest. It might be worth it.
Direct hits to work, just bursting nearby can incapacitate someone. The physical impact alone hurts enough to deter an attacker.
Look at that. That shit looks like it fucking hurts.
Potential drawbacks. Not a guaranteed stop. Unlike a firearm, a pepperball gun won't immediately neutralize a determined attacker. Wind and ventilation issues. Indoors, the irritant can affect you too if you're not careful. Ammo availability. Some retailers won't ship pepper projectiles to Canada, making resupply a bit tricky. Is it the best, less lethal option?
I feel like this is something that you buy it, you test it outside where you're legally allowed to do that, and then you never shoot it again unless you absolutely fucking need it. Yeah. Oh, I think your message got erased, Andrew. I'm able to read it. He said, careful, these Josh, if someone trains and know the gun won't kill, they'll fight you if you pull on them, especially in Toronto. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You need a lot of security measures these days because Canada's fucking crazy. There's a lot of break-ins. There's a lot of burglaries. There's a lot of car theft. You know, it's getting crazy out here. You have to be careful. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, ideally, you don't want to have anybody come in your house, but yeah. The thing is that if you're defending your home, you do have the advantage of the layout. You know the layout, they don't. So, yeah.
For home defense,
no, I don't think it's 500 for a one-time use. It's 500, and then you would have to stock up on the stuff. So, yeah.
All guns are arguably the best legal choice in Canada. They give you range, stopping power, and a strong deterrent factor without crossing the line into fully restricted weapons. Would you consider owning a pepperball gun for self-defense? Or do you think there are better options? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to beanbag shotguns, a less lethal option often used by law enforcement for riot control. What are beanbag shotguns? Standard 12-gauge shotguns that fire beanbag rounds instead of lethal ammunition. Beanbag rounds are fabric pouches filled with lead shot that flatten on impact, spreading force over a larger area, designed to incapacitate without penetrating the body. Are they legal in Canada? Owning a 12-gauge shotgun is legal with a PAL, possession and acquisition license. Beanbag rounds themselves are not prohibited, but using them in self-defense is a legal gray area. Effectiveness. Pros and cons.
So when he says legal gray area, that means don't fucking do it. The last thing you want to do is be in a legal gray area.
Strong stopping power. Hits hard enough to take someone down. Works at range. Unlike pepper spray, you can engage from a safe distance. Not non-lethal. Can still cause serious injury, especially at close range. Legal risk. Using a firearm for self-defense is heavily scrutinized. Is it worth it? Beanbag shotguns could be viable for home defense if laws were more flexible, but currently they pose too much legal risk for civilian use. In most cases, pepperball guns are a safer, more legal option. Now let's talk about high-powered air guns, a legal but often overlooked option for self-defense and home protection. What are high-powered air guns? Air rifles and CO2 pistols that fire metal pellets or rubber rounds at high speeds. Some models, like the Umarex HDR-50, can fire 50 caliber rubber balls at speeds that sting like hell and could deter an attacker. PCP, pre-charged pneumatic air rifles, can generate...
They chose quite a name there, PCP. All right, okay. That's quite a name you chose right there. I wonder if they could have went with something else.
Significant force, but are mainly used for hunting and pest control. Are they legal in Canada? Yes, as long as they stay under 500 feet per second and 5.7 joules. Anything exceeding those limits requires a PAL license and is treated like a firearm. Effectiveness, pros and cons. Good deterrent. Many air guns look like real firearms and can scare off intruders. Reusable ammo. Unlike pepper rounds, you can train with rubber or metal pellets. Not a guaranteed stop. Won't immediately incapacitate an attacker. Legal gray area. Using one in self-defense might still be questioned. Verdict: air guns are better than nothing, but pepperball guns offer more stopping power in a defensive situation. Now let's talk about one of the most unexpected.
So far, the pepperball guns are the way to go. So far. That's what he's saying. And that's interesting. Like right now, I'm learning quite a bit.
Self-defense tools that you can legally own in Canada. Flare guns. These aren't designed as weapons, but in the right situation, they could serve as an effective deterrent.
Okay, I don't know about firing a flare gun in your house. I mean, if you're on a boat and there's a maniac that's coming trying to steal your chicken, then sure, maybe a flare gun. But even then, wouldn't that catch his boat on fire? That sounds extremely dangerous.
Or flare guns. Designed for emergency signaling, flare guns fire bright, burning projectiles that can be seen for miles. Typically 12-gauge single-shot launchers, they resemble handguns and can be intimidating in appearance. Used by boaters, hikers, and survivalists for distress signaling in remote areas. Are they legal in Canada? Yes, flare guns are completely legal to own without a firearms license, as long as they are used for their intended purpose, emergency signaling. However, modifying a flare gun to fire live ammunition is illegal and can lead to criminal charges. Carrying a flare gun in public without a valid reason, like boating or hiking, can still be considered a weapons offense. Effectiveness. Can they work for self-defense? Blinding and disorienting. A flare gun fired at close range could temporarily blind an attacker. Loud and attention-grabbing. The explosion in bright light can attract attention and scare off threats. Fire hazard. The burning flare can ignite clothing or surroundings, creating an additional deterrent. Slow to reload. Most models are single shot.
Yeah, don't use that shit inside. You're going to burn down your house. I don't know about this, man. Flare gun doesn't sound like a good idea.
Leaving you defenseless if you miss. Dangerous for you too. Using a flare gun in a home or an enclosed space could start a fire. Legal gray area. While owning one is legal, using it as a weapon could still result in legal trouble. Verdict: flare guns aren't designed for self-defense. But if you're in a desperate situation, especially outdoors, they could serve as a last-ditch deterrent. However, pepperball guns and air guns are far better options for home defense.
Well, without getting into politics, Stormy, here we don't have Democrats. We have liberals and conservatives. And it doesn't really matter who is in power, the gun rules have always been very, very strict. Like the liberals are going to be a little bit more strict on guns, but it has always been, it's not like the States. There's no Second Amendment here. It's very, very different. So that's why I thought this video was very informative. Hey, thank you so much, Gotcha Man, for subscribing, for following on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, buddy. I stream a couple times a week, so I hope you'll stop by again. Thank you so much.
If you own a flare gun, it's best to use it strictly for emergencies. If firearms, pepper spray, and tasers are off limits in Canada, what about blunt force weapons and tactical tools? There are a few options that remain legal for civilian use, but only if carried for lawful purposes. What are blunt force and tactical self-defense tools? These are everyday items that can be used defensively but are not classified as weapons under Canadian law. The key here is intent. If you carry something with the purpose of using it as a weapon, you can still face legal trouble. What's legal to own and carry? Tactical flashlights. High lumen flashlights with aggressive bezels. IG Phoenix TK16. Heavy canes or walking sticks. Cold Steel City Stick is a great example of a self-defense capable cane. Work or utility tools. A solid screwdriver or wrench, if carried as part of a toolkit. Legal fixed blade or folding knife, as long as not carried as a weapon or concealed with criminal intent. What's not legal to carry? Expandable batons, completely prohibited for civilians. Brass knuckles, classified as a prohibited weapon. Tasers, stun guns, and electric shock devices. Illegal except for law enforcement. Kubotans, if designed as weapons. If marketed as a self-defense tool, it's prohibited. Effectiveness, what's practical for everyday carry? Tactical flashlights can temporarily blind an attacker, are fully legal, and double as a striking tool. Heavy canes, completely legal, strong impact tool, and doesn't raise suspicion. Keys or pins, improvised defense tools that are discreet and effective in close quarters. Verdict, while blunt force tools can be legally carried in Canada, they must be carried for lawful reasons. A heavy-duty flashlight or walking stick is the most practical and risk-free option for everyday carry.
But what if you don't want to walk around with a cane? Like, what if you're like 20 years old or 25 years old and you don't want to look like an old man or woman? Yeah, exactly. How do children defend themselves? Yeah.
Offering both utility and a potential defensive use without violating any laws. Now that we've covered the less lethal weapons you can legally own in Canada, the big question is, which one is actually the best for you? Best, overall, less lethal option, pepperball guns. Why? They offer range, stopping power, and an effective deterrent without requiring a firearm license. Best model? The Byrna HD is a top choice for its reliability, ease of use, and effectiveness. Best for home defense and personal.
Is it starting to sound like a sponsored video? He's like, you need to find the Byrna HD. Let me see if the website is in the description. No, the website is not in the description. So he wasn't paid by Byrna. This seems to be a very objective review.
Safety without legal complications. Best everyday carry Opticon. Tactical flashlight. Why? Fully legal, practical for daily use, and can be used for self-defense in a pinch. Best model? The Phoenix TK16 or Streamlight ProTac HL. Offer high lumens and rugged construction. Best for anyone looking for a discreet and functional tool that doubles as a defensive option. Best budget-friendly option. High-powered air guns. Why? They can be effective deterrents and are widely available in Canada.
But he did say that it's legally a gray zone. So I would not recommend that. If it's a legal gray zone, don't do it. Not worth it.
Best model? The Umarex HDR50 is a great pick for its intimidation factor and usability. Best for those who want an alternative to pepperball guns but still want something legal and effective. What to avoid? Flare guns for self-defense. Too risky, unpredictable, and not designed for protection. Beanbag shotguns. Legally questionable and require a PAL license to own a shotgun. Any weapon with a questionable legal status. If it's in a gray area, it's not worth the legal risk.
There you go.
So, what do you think? Which of these legal, less lethal options would you choose? Let me know in the comments.
This was a very informative video. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm happy that we watched this. Hopefully, you know, it's information that needs to be spread. Like this video got 70,000 views. Very, very important. Yeah. People are saying castle law. We need stand your ground, castle law. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, in America, they'd be like, well, which self-defense weapon do you need? Well, I got my AR-15. You know, I'm kidding. But for real, like in America, it's pretty simple. Use whatever gun you have because it's legal, and that's what it's there for. So that's fantastic. You know, it's a good, there's a delicate balance. Like, let me just put it this way. There's a delicate balance between not having enough self-defense options and tools and having too much. And I'm not saying that America has too much, but it does create some problems. So it's a very, very delicate balance that needs to be found. And so far, I'll speak for Canada because this is where I live at the moment. We haven't found it yet, but hopefully it changes in the near future. All right. On that note, I think we covered a lot of topics. We've been going on for over 2 hours and 5 minutes. So this was a very successful stream. I had a blast with you guys, and I'm going to call it a night. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to apply for monetization for this channel. And yeah, then the channel will be monetized. So it took, I think, a month, something like that. Thank you so much, Naders. Thank you so much, Zayas, Rose. You guys are amazing. And I hope we're going to get you some more friends on Kick and Twitch because it's pretty slow over there, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I know, Zayas, it might be a little lonely for you over there, but we'll get some people over there. I don't know how to promote it, to be honest, because I don't have an audience on Kick and Twitch. So it's like, there's no way to really promote it and say, hey, go watch me there. I have to just wait for the algorithm to do its thing. So I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm here. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. This was a blast. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. The next live stream should be probably on Sunday. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night and take care.